What's up, y'all? You got Dana here. Kendrick Lamar's debut album, Good Kid, M.A.A.d City, came out 2 days ago, so it's available everywhere. Hard copy, iTunes, Amazon, wherever it's available. I just wanted to give y'all a review on it. I've got to say that it is arguably the best album of 2012. It's definitely a toss-up. Either you could go with Nas Life is Good, or you could go with Kendrick's debut album. This is like a follow-up to Section 80. It's his major label debut, and I gotta say, for a debut, it's definitely making a statement. Conceptually, it's just the story of Kendrick growing up in Compton and dealing with the influences that be. There's several skits toward the end of a lot of tracks which kind of mirror that same conceptual idea. And this album, for all the producers that were on it, you've got everybody from Hit Boy, Dr. Dre, Just Blaze. So many producers are credited, but this album is super, super cohesive. There are two known acronyms for MAAD in the title. One being My Angels on Angel Dust, referring to, of course, the influences, and My Angry Adolescents Divided, which again ties everything back into the concept. I gotta say that out of all 12 of the tracks on the standard edition, there is literally no drop off and no bad tracks on the album. Me personally, some of my favorites were Poetic Justice, which features the Janet Jackson sample, Anytime, Any Place, and Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. That's like been my anthem. I've been cranking that song like crazy. The album itself features J-Rock, Drake, M.A.A.d, as well as Dr. Dre and Mary J. Blige. It's a dope album. I feel like for this generation, this is everything that they needed. We're living in a skinny jean, pretty boy swag ass. Like, this album was so needed. And if you haven't picked it up already, please go and buy it. Don't, you know what I'm saying? If you caught the leak, great, but go buy a hard copy. You know, definitely go buy a hard copy. I'm gonna go on a limb and say that after having listened to it for about a week now, that it's a classic. It's definitely one of the best of this year, if not the best of this year. Definitely the best debut, major label debut anyway, of an artist this whole year. And it's a breath of fresh air. Sonically, the whole album is super cohesive, even though it's a bunch of different producers. The beats don't sound like anything else. And just the storytelling and the pictures that Kendrick's painting, this story relates to anybody, you know what I'm saying, growing up, who's trying to fight the influences and who's trying to get out of their situation, as far as living in an area that may not be the best, but you want so much more for yourself. So far, all the reviews of this album has been really good. I know Metacritic gave it 88 out of 100. XXL gave it a XXL rating, which is a big deal because it's probably what, the ninth album in 15 years to get a XXL. I'm sure it's gonna get 5 mics in the stores. This is a solid effort from an awesome artist, and a lot of people are trying to compare it to Section 80. I feel like Section 80 was great, and I feel like this is great. They're two different stories. He's painting two different pictures, and they're both amazing. Like I said, if you haven't picked up the album already, please go and do that. Get one for the whip, get one for the crib. Shit, go buy somebody one for Christmas. This is an awesome album. Everybody needs to hear it. If you're a hip-hop head, you definitely need to hear it. An interesting thing to mention is Kendrick Lamar. The meaning behind the album cover was that it's his two uncles and him as a baby. There's a 40-ounce on the table as well as a baby bottle. And that imagery in and of itself, and then of course blocking out the eyes of everybody but the baby, to really, you know what I'm saying, illustrate the fact that, like, this is what this, you know what I'm saying, baby is being introduced to and seen, was just an awesome picture to paint. This album is definitely classic. Like, anybody who says otherwise, I don't want to hear it. This album is truly definitely the best debut album of 2012, and is a nice way to end the year, and it's going to be a great way to go into 2013. The expectations are just higher, you know, and I'm hoping, and this is something that I've actually like been tinkering around with in my head, that hip hop works on a pendulum, you know. You have artists that come out and make a splash and are an influence for other artists, you know. You got, you know, 2 Chainz on one end of the pendulum and artists that fall underneath that category, like, you know, Trinidad James, and everybody's kind of making music the same, you know, these real monotone, basic raps, talking about the strip club, making money, popping bands, everything's bands, racks, bands, racks, bands, racks. And then you've got the other side of that same pendulum, guys like, you know, K. Dot were actually telling a story and painting very, very vivid pictures. And I feel like the pendulum is like swinging back toward those type of artists. So just having an album like this come out, especially when 2 Chainz had his debut this year, and then now Kendrick's having his, I'm happy that we're like swinging back, the pendulum swinging back toward real artistry. So no diss to 2 Chainz and no diss to his fans. I'm just saying, you know, the contrast in and of itself is amazing. And don't forget to like this video, share this video, comment. Yeah, definitely tell me what your favorite tracks on the album were. And I will see y'all in my next video. Peace.